All right, well, welcome everyone to our latest Site Leaders Connect Insight interview. I'm excited today to talk about educational technology with Annejeanette. If you could please introduce yourself and tell us, why did you choose to be an educational leader?
Hello, everybody. My name is Annejeanette Washington from sunny South Florida, and I chose to be an educational leader because in 2000, the waves of Net Day, Bell South, AT&T came to my middle school, and I wanted to jump in and see what it was all about. 18 years later, I've still been hooked. Um, this is my 25th year of teaching. And so the trends and the highs and lows of educational technology have just been exciting to watch, to be a part of um, in this season of education.
Excellent. And what is your role currently?
I have numerous roles. First and foremost, I'm a proud mom of a 10-year-old who is her own little techie diva named Jada. I am a fifth grade Digital 5 teacher, which means we have a blended learning model using a learning management system called Canvas. So a lot of my instruction is done through Canvas with 50 students in Western Florida. I am also a computer science professor in South Florida. I do social media and education, and I am the webmaster for numerous educational technology projects, including WordCamp, NAPSI, and computer science, Hour of Code in Broward County and Black Country Code. So lots of things keeping me busy.
Excellent. Awesome. Yes. And I know it's good to hear you've got a lot of roles with the blended learning and also the computer science. So what's some insight that you would have to share with maybe some administrators that have not delved into either blended learning or into computer science?
Being that I did for a season, 6 months, try administration, I would say to administrators, network with schools who are doing it, see what works, see what doesn't work, and see what would be the best fit for your school. Every school has its own, I like to call it flavor. So you've got to find out what flavor matches your school. Some schools can go totally computers in the classroom, 1-to-1 ratio. Some schools can go blended model like my school. Some schools you can only do bits and pieces at a time. So you've got to find, and it's a process. You've got to find what works best for your school. My school is pretty urban slash suburban, which means my district, Broward County Schools, has over 200 and I would say 50,000 students from over 90 countries around the world. My school particularly is very diverse. They span almost every continent. And so it's important that you have systems in place to see what works for your bilingual students, for your non-readers, and for those who have no computer experience whatsoever, both staff and students.
Absolutely, yes. So agreed that yes, there's certainly staff and students that don't have the same levels of technology experience and proficiency. So I like what you said about making sure that you have a plan that works best for your school and for your situation. For those varying modes of proficiency, how would you say you would recommend that administrators, that leaders go about preparing those students and teachers that are not as technologically proficient as others?
One of the things we've done at our school is we've done an inventory to see where our staff is. We do surveys, And then based on the surveys, we gear our professional development accordingly. Broward County Schools, the state of Florida is very good about providing opportunities for professional development, both for those who need that basic turn on your computer, all the way to using the Recordex, using learning management systems. Broward County Schools, we use Office 365. Some schools use Google. So based on where you are as far as the survey at the beginning of the year is what drives both your professional learning communities and your instruction. I would say for myself, it's been about a 10-year journey from knowing absolutely nothing about LMSs all the way to becoming very proficient and then training others. So you have to basically crawl before you walk and then run with this process. And I would tell any school administrator it's okay to crawl and try one class, maybe try those who are really excited about it, and then slowly merge your staff accordingly.
Absolutely. So thank you for that. I would agree that that differentiation in professional learning is very important, and I like those models that you've presented. What would you say has been the biggest benefit to students in integrating educational technology in your classrooms and school sites?
I think the biggest advantage is connecting with the global world. Like I said, my school is a very diverse school, very international school. We're big on STEM. So as a result, we've been able to really explore what's out there in the world, what schools are doing in Japan, what schools are doing in California, even in your state. The opportunities with LMSs. We're doing flip grids. We're doing a lot with the Microsoft Skypes. And so it's a wonderful opportunity for our students to connect with their global world. I think that's what's most exciting about having educational technology in your school and in your class.
Absolutely. Thank you for pointing that out. I would echo that. I found the same in my experience as well, especially for our students that do not have access to the outside world on a global scale. It's a great way to bring the world to them. So thank you for bringing that up. What are some additional resources or information that you would lead people to, whether it's blogs, websites, books, people to follow on Twitter, etc.? Where would you lead people who are wanting to learn more about integrating technology into the classroom?
I'm glad you said Twitter. That has been my source of networking in the last, I would say 9 years, but over the last 2 years, it's been rich with resources. One of the networks that I've tapped into is EduMatch with Sarah Thomas. And I've met some amazing educators through that network. Shout out to Dr. Sarah and Refrance, and there's just so many powerful educators that are just sharing and giving insight in that network. Um, for myself, I've also connected with WordCamp, which is a network of WordPress users and how they are doing these WordCamps globally. Just was a part of one here in South Florida, WordCamp Miami, with David Bissett and his wife. And you're talking about the founder of WordPress was there. And you're connecting with literally business leaders, community leaders that are global, e-commerce, and the opportunity it brought to my students to go on a college campus, build a website, share the website, blog, and pour in resources STEM related. It was incredible. So that's just a few. Kimberly Bryant with Black Girls Code, there are workshops throughout the United States. She's just taking a revolution and inviting girls and minority girls and girls who would not normally get exposed to this to just get into the flow of technology. It's been wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you for that. I hear your passion for what's happening there with your students, and I would definitely echo that. I agree. We had Sarah on Site Leaders Connect just last week, and she's the one that taught me about YouTube Live, so that's why I'm here in essence. So yeah, I would definitely echo that, and Twitter as well, of course, and definitely I love what you're doing with authentic audiences for students, including industry partners. That's great stuff. So I would encourage administrators to definitely take that on, get some teachers that are excited, and go for it. So,
and the best part, it's free. It's free. If you're saying, well, my school district doesn't give a budget, there is no budget. Just go. It's free. I love free.
Oh, I love free too, and I know so do administrators. So I think that's a great way to conclude. I want to thank you so much, Annejeanette, for being with us. I want to remind everybody to check out www.siteleadersconnect.org to connect with our EduLeader database with Annejeanette and others as well, and certainly check out EduMatch also. And again, I just want to thank you, Annejeanette, for sharing your passion and your resources with us.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
All right, you too. Have a great one.